Have you ever looked in the mirror and felt like your skin doesn't have the same glow it used to? Or maybe you've noticed that little things, like getting up from a chair or going for a short walk, feel more tiring than they did just a few years ago? You're not alone. Aging is a natural part of life, but some habits and foods we've grown used to can actually speed up that process without us even realizing it. The good news is, once we know what to avoid, we can start making simple changes that help us feel more energetic, more alive, and yes, even younger. Welcome to Evergreen Elders, where we believe life after 60 can be just as full of joy, health, and purpose as ever. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects all of us: processed foods. More specifically, 5 types of processed foods that quietly speed up aging. You might be surprised to learn which ones are on the list, and you might even be eating some of them every day without knowing the damage they're doing. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to empower you so you can make better choices and feel amazing in your body, no matter your age. So, let's begin with one of the most common troublemakers, something that shows up at nearly every celebration, in most packaged snacks, and even in so-called healthy foods. I'm talking about refined sugar. Think about how easy it is to reach for that biscuit with your tea, or to add a spoonful of sugar to your morning chai. It feels harmless, right? A small indulgence. But refined sugar does more than just add sweetness to your day. It fuels a process in the body called glycation. Don't worry, you don't need to remember the term, but what it means is that sugar attaches to proteins in your body, including collagen in your skin. This causes the skin to lose its elasticity, leading to more wrinkles and sagging. On the inside, it can also increase inflammation, which contributes to joint pain, fatigue, and even memory issues. If you've ever felt like your joints are more achy after a sugary treat, or you just don't feel as sharp mentally, sugar might be playing a part. The trick isn't to cut it out completely. You still deserve to enjoy life, but to become more mindful. Try swapping refined sweets with natural options like dates, honey, or fruits. And pay attention to hidden sugars in things like ketchup, salad dressings, or store-bought breads. They sneak in where you'd least expect them. Now, let's talk about another food that might seem innocent but can quietly wear down your health and energy over time: processed meats. You know the kind I mean: sausages, hot dogs, salamis, and even those ready-to-eat kebabs that come in packets. They might taste good and save time, but they're often packed with preservatives like nitrates and sodium, which are known to increase the risk of heart disease and certain cancers. But beyond that, processed meats also increase oxidative stress in the body. That's just a fancy way of saying they speed up cell damage, and that shows up in how we feel and look. Have you ever had a meal with processed meat and then felt unusually sluggish or bloated afterward? That's your body telling you it's struggling to handle what you just gave it. It's not about never eating your favorite foods again. It's about upgrading your choices. If you enjoy meat, consider switching to fresh, lean options like chicken, fish, or even plant-based proteins a few times a week. Grilled paneer, dal, or chickpeas can be just as satisfying and far better for your long-term energy and vitality. Here at Evergreen Elders, we always say, it's not about strict diets or deprivation. It's about awareness and gentle changes that build up over time. That's how real transformation happens. If you're enjoying this conversation so far, give us a like. It helps us reach more amazing people like you. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new video filled with tips, support, and inspiration. Now, there's one more processed food I want to talk about today before we continue. And this one is especially tricky because it often wears a healthy disguise. I'm talking about refined vegetable oils, like sunflower oil, soybean oil, or corn oil. They're in almost everything these days, from chips to namkeen to fried snacks at the corner shop. The issue with these oils is that they're high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can throw off the balance of good fats in your body. This imbalance leads to inflammation, one of the major drivers of aging. That inflammation doesn't just affect your joints or your digestion. It affects your brain, your heart, and even your skin. You might notice more puffiness, more stiffness in the morning, or that foggy feeling that's hard to shake. The good news is, there are healthier fats that actually help you fight aging. Try cooking with mustard oil, ghee, or even cold-pressed coconut oil instead. These are traditional fats our grandparents used, and guess what? They were onto something. Many of them lived long, active lives with glowing skin and sharp minds well into their old age. It's incredible how much power we have to change the way we feel, just by making a few smarter food choices. And if you're thinking, but I've been eating this way for years, is it too late to change? Let me stop you right there. It is never too late. The human body is incredibly forgiving and responds beautifully to even small improvements. You can feel the difference in just a few weeks of eating cleaner, more nourishing food. So, if you found yourself nodding along today, thinking, yes, I eat sugar every day, or I do rely on those quick ready-made meats, don't worry. You're not alone, and you're not stuck. At Evergreen Elders, we're here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, your body and mind still have so much life left in them. Let's honor that with better choices, more movement, and above all, more love and care for ourselves. Now that we've touched on refined sugar, processed meats, and vegetable oils, let's continue exploring a few more foods that might be quietly working against your best years. Let's take a moment to breathe. You've already taken the first step just by being here, curious, open, and willing to learn. That alone sets you apart. So many people settle into habits because they think change is too hard or not worth it at their age. But you are different. You're here with Evergreen Elders because you believe, just like we do, that life after 60 can be powerful, vibrant, and full of energy, with just a little more intention. Now, let's keep going. We've talked about the effects of sugar, processed meats, and harmful oils. But there's another common culprit that might be aging you from the inside out, and it hides in something you might keep in your kitchen cabinet for easy meals. I'm talking about instant noodles and packaged soups. Yes, those quick, comforting meals that promise convenience when you don't feel like cooking. They seem harmless enough, don't they? Just pour some hot water and you're done. But what's really inside that shiny packet? Excessive sodium, artificial flavor enhancers like MSG, and preservatives that give it a long shelf life. But don't do your body any favors. The high sodium alone is enough to spike your blood pressure, cause water retention, and make your heart work harder than it should. That bloated, heavy feeling after a quick noodle snack? That's your body struggling to keep balance. And when it comes to MSG, monosodium glutamate, it's been linked to headaches, fatigue, and even trouble concentrating in some people. Over time, consuming these kinds of foods regularly can lead to chronic inflammation and oxidative stress, which, as we've talked about, are two major players in premature aging. Now, if you're thinking, but I love having something quick for those lazy evenings, we hear you. We all have days when we just want something fast and easy. The good news is, you don't have to give up convenience. You just need to upgrade it. You can prepare a big batch of homemade soup with lentils, vegetables, and light spices, and freeze portions for later. It'll taste better, nourish your body, and actually support your health instead of chipping away at it. And speaking of packaged foods, there's one more group that deserves attention: baked goods made with white flour, like packaged bread, pastries, cookies, and biscuits. These foods might feel nostalgic. Maybe you've enjoyed rusks with tea since childhood, or maybe a sweet bun reminds you of your favorite bakery from years ago. But what most people don't realize is that refined flour, also known as maida, acts a lot like sugar in the body. It breaks down quickly, spikes your blood sugar, and leaves you feeling hungry again soon after. Over time, that constant rise and fall in blood sugar doesn't just drain your energy, it also speeds up aging. It affects your skin, your digestion, and even your mood. Have you noticed that sluggish, cloudy feeling in your head after a slice of white bread or a sweet roll? That's not just in your mind. It's your body's real response to something that's not nourishing it. And let's not forget about the preservatives and additives that are often found in mass-produced baked goods. They might help keep things soft and fresh on the shelf, but they don't belong in your body. That's why switching to whole grain options, like roti made from atta, or breads made from multigrain flour, can make a big difference. Even better, try making your own simple treats at home. You'll control the ingredients, skip the chemicals, and still enjoy the flavors you love. Now, I know some of this might feel like a lot. You might be thinking, do I have to give up everything I enjoy? But that's not what this is about. It's not about cutting out joy. It's about inviting in more energy, more clarity, and more freedom in your body and mind. You deserve to feel light, strong, and capable. You deserve to wake up with energy, to laugh freely, to move without pain, and to look in the mirror and feel proud of the care you're giving yourself. That's why, at Evergreen Elders, we're not just talking about food. We're talking about a mindset shift, about learning to look at your plate not just as a source of comfort, but as your daily medicine. The best part? You are in control. Every bite you take is a message to your body. I care about you. That simple act of care is a powerful form of self-love. So if you've been relying on instant meals, or those morning bakery items, or you're used to snacking on things that come in shiny wrappers, it's okay. You've done the best you could with the information you had, but now that you know more, you can do better. And we're here to support you. We're building a community of strong, wise, and vibrant elders who want to age with grace and confidence. If that sounds like something you want to be part of, go ahead and tap the like button. It lets us know you're with us. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button to join Evergreen Elders, so you never miss a video that helps you feel your best at any age. And remember, even if you've eaten these foods for years, you can make changes today that your future self will thank you for. Your body is always listening. When you start giving it real, nourishing food, it responds with more energy, better sleep, glowing skin, and a lighter, happier spirit. Let's continue this journey together as we take one more step toward embracing life after 60 with strength, joy, and clarity. There's one more important food we need to talk about, one that's hiding in plain sight in our daily routines, and that food is soda and sugary drinks. Yes, even the ones that say zero sugar or diet. Whether it's that fizzy cola you've been sipping with lunch, or a packaged fruit juice you think is healthy, these drinks can quietly steal your vitality, one sip at a time. Let's take a closer look at what's happening. Regular sodas are packed with refined sugars, sometimes as much as 8 to 10 teaspoons in a single can. That's a sugar overload in one go. When you drink it, your blood sugar spikes rapidly. Your body releases a flood of insulin, and within an hour, you crash, feeling tired, irritable, and craving more. Do that a few times a week, or even daily, and over time it leads to weight gain, insulin resistance, and a much faster aging process. But what about diet sodas? They don't have sugar, right? True. But they contain artificial sweeteners like aspartame or sucralose, which confuse your body. They trigger a sweet taste, but your body doesn't get any real energy from it, leading to increased hunger and cravings later. Some studies also suggest that these artificial sweeteners can affect gut health and mental clarity. If you've been feeling bloated, low on energy, or just off, your daily drink could be part of the problem. And those fruit juices in cartons? Most of them are just sugar water with a little flavoring and coloring. Even if they claim to be 100% juice, they're stripped of fiber, and the sugar content is still high enough to have the same impact as soda on your blood sugar and skin health. So, what can you do instead? Plenty. Try drinking plain water infused with lemon or mint for flavor. Herbal teas like tulsi, chamomile, or even ginger tea are soothing and hydrating. You can also make fresh juice at home. Just be sure to balance fruit with vegetables like cucumber, spinach, or lauki to keep the sugar down. And don't forget good old coconut water. It's natural, refreshing, and full of electrolytes your body loves. You see, feeling young isn't about fighting age. It's about supporting your body in all the right ways. When you stop flooding your system with artificial and processed junk, your body gets the space to repair, to glow, to thrive. Your skin starts to look brighter, your joints move more freely, your digestion becomes smoother, and even your mind becomes clearer. Let's take a moment and reflect. Over these past few minutes together, we've talked about refined sugar, processed meats, unhealthy oils, instant foods, white flour products, and sugary drinks. These foods have quietly crept into our routines over the years, becoming normal. But now that you're aware, you don't have to let them control your health or your aging process. Because here's the truth. Not all aging is inevitable. Some of it, a lot of it actually, is how we care for ourselves. And the smallest changes can spark the biggest results. When you start choosing foods that nourish instead of deplete, when you swap out just one habit at a time, your body rewards you. It doesn't take months or years. Sometimes you can feel the difference in a matter of days. A lighter step, better sleep, fewer aches, more energy. And you don't have to do it all at once. Maybe today you decide to skip the soda and drink coconut water instead. Maybe tomorrow you switch that morning biscuit for a handful of almonds or a slice of papaya. These small steps build momentum. And before you know it, you're living in a way that supports not just your body, but your whole sense of well-being. So, let me ask you, what's one small change you're ready to make today? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing from you. Your journey inspires others, just as you might have been inspired today. If this video made you think, smile, or even just say, then please give it a like. It helps more wonderful people like you find Evergreen Elders. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and join our growing family. Every week we're here with fresh, heartfelt content made just for you. You are not too old. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be. And every day is a new opportunity to feel better, stronger, and more alive. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, your best days can still be ahead of you. You just need the right fuel, the right mindset, and a little encouragement. We're here to remind you of that, again and again. So go on, treat your body like the treasure it is. Nourish it, love it, and it will love you back. Here's to living your best life at any age, with warmth, gratitude, and respect from all of us here at Evergreen Elders.